What's good, horror fam? What's good out there, the sturdy slashers? We are back. We're here again. Myself, Trevor, and James. Gentlemen, hope you guys are doing good tonight. But we're going to discuss the movie Repulsion from 1962?
Five.
65, 1965. But we're going to talk about this film. We're going to dive into it. I'm going to be right back, though. Trevor's going to take over for a minute.
Well, number one, I'm really excited, like I was last week, to talk about this monumental film. I wanted to apologize to Mick in my excitement and everything. I kind of cut you off to a story, and I didn't let you elaborate. So I wanted to apologize for that. It's been bugging me. But with that, I did do some research, and I think what you were saying, there is definitely a connection there. So one says that it actually was directly connected to making opera because he was so amazingly pissed. He wasn't. He kind of walked away from it, and he wasn't fired. That's one other thing that's a little bit gray. And also, he was asking the opera house to do things William Castle style. And one of the things was all the chairs in the opera house had to be set up for electric. So when there was a storm in the opera, the chairs would zap.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I apologize. I didn't allow you to elaborate because there is there's an element of truth to what you were going to say. So there, I just want to apologize.
All right.
So,
All right. But yeah, speaking to opera, yeah, I heard something like that. Or was there a movie, another movie where they did that? It was like a movie theater. The guy was it's a horror movie.
is it
a movie
Suave Stage Fright or Bloody Bird?
I
Is
don't
it
remember.
is it got the guy with the big bird head and the chainsaw?
No, this is
Oh, okay.
it's in a movie theater. And we reviewed it. I just forgot the name of it. It's in a movie theater. And is it John Goodman?
Oh, Matinee.
Yes. There you go.
Dante's
They did
Matinee.
electric seats. He did the electric seats.
Well, that was so Goodman's character was kind of a mixture of Sam Arkoff of AIP and William Castle.
Okay.
And that was what he represented. And he also represented the road show, which meant that you could see a movie and there usually was a big hoopla. Sometimes the roadshow versions also were a great way to figure out what to remove or add to the movie before it goes into mass distribution or partial distribution, in a B level. But no, Matinee is wonderful. It's just one of those films that is a love letter to movies.
Oh, nice. Mick, no, Sturdy's here. This is live. He had to run down to get something real quick, then he'll be back. So we're just talking about opera really quick, and you missed Trevor's apology. What's up, Jason? He's here. He's here. He's late. You know how he is. Could have done all this before going live, but nope, he hits live button. But what are you gonna do?
I mean, I'm almost 50. He's getting older. The prostate does what it does.
It does, yeah. That's true. No, I suspended him. Not fired. Suspended. Without pay. We don't get paid anyway, so it's even worse. He owes people money.
Oh shit! I don't owe anybody. I'm back. And then little pit stop. But what's good? How's it going? What'd I miss?
No, thanks, Jason. Being a good boy. Look at he's trying to set me up already.
It's early.
Yeah, it's too early for that.
But Repulsion. Let's dive into I guess before we get into it, let's dive into early ratings.
All right.
James, I'll kick it off with you.
It's a 4, and I'll explain why.
Fair enough. I'm with you on that. And same. How about you, Trevor?
9.5.
I had a feeling. Didn't I tell you I was going to give it like a 9 or a 10?
Yep. Yep. All right, we can kick it off. You want to kick it off,
All right.
James?
I'll go first really quick. So the reason it's a 4, it didn't. Okay, so I had this problem again where we reviewed other movies where they're considered horror but not. This had a feel of not horror. It's more like a psychological drama. It's like because you don't know if she's going crazy, she's doing these things, and it's real. You're getting like a little confused. But the part I thought it was not that stuff didn't happen until the last 40 minutes. Everything else was just like her daydreaming out, like spacing out, and everything. It was kind of like more dialogue and took longer to get into the crazy shit. But yeah, other than that, I wish this is the problem I have with myself. I wish I had the background in film and everything so I can see the real stuff like Trevor and Mick sees. Like he gave it a 9.5.
No.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
Everybody's interpretation is super awesome. And, for somebody who is, I mean, this movie, I've seen it at least 25 times in my life.
Holy shit.
And it's one of those movies that you get more and more out of. Now, one thing that I noticed this time, this is a film about mental illness, and that's a given. And I'll go into a little bit more. But no, it's a great film. As you're saying, James?
Oh, I was saying that like the background, like I guess I'm more of the fan base. I'm not
Which is amazing because
I just wish I had both.
I still, even though I pick up something new every time, by getting somebody else's take on it, it helps me see it, but then also helps me kind of get an idea of like, oh, okay, well, what do I think about it that way? So, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm with James on it as far as like it didn't really feel too much like a horror film with certain aspects of the movie. Well, a lot of aspects of the movie, there was a lot of dialogue, which doesn't bother me, like say for slow burn purposes. But I feel like we never really got to the horror. I feel it was like he was saying it was more of like a dramatic thriller. And
What's up, Chad?
I guess if I was expecting that, I would have enjoyed it more. And but you know what I mean? I'm just expecting more horror with the film, but it wasn't a bad film at all by any means. I just didn't really care. I didn't care for it, but it wasn't a bad movie.
No, it's not a bad movie.
What if I told you that I feel, and a fair number of other people feel, that this is a defining release in a subgenre of horror that then also went on to influence things like folk horror? Would you believe me?
Of course, you're the professor.
I mean,
no. Well,
I can see it story wise, and then with the mental health aspect of it, because back then I don't know what they thought of mental health. I mean, people are really just starting to understand it more and more now in 2025 versus 1965. So I could see that. I could see that as that being some sort like she's sick, or she has, if you want to go with the religious angle, she has a demon in her, or I don't know how old the whole witch trials. That's probably way before 65.
It's a subgenre that there are various names for it. I want to read an excerpt from Claire Janice, who is the penultimate person who has done work on the neurotic feminine or the neurotic woman scenario in film. So yeah, this has existed. Passion of Joan of Arc in the Silent Age, Mildred Pierce, whatever happened to Baby Jane, although that was more hagsploitation. So how does this film differ from the other films? It is a film that you are experiencing almost everything in the film from her perspective.
Mhm.
and you're given very, very little to deal with. So you understand from outside of the eye. I believe one of the first things you see is an image of a photograph. And in that image of a photograph, Carol is standing, staring off into space.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are a couple readings of the film. A lot of people say schizophrenia. I mean, there's all kind of things you can do. But one of the explanations is androphobia, which is the fear of men, and
Mm.
that is a very common reading of the film for a couple reasons. Number one, you see the image of the family. She's looking away. Um, she literally, her safe surrounding is falling apart, literally cracking in her mind, and she is revisiting the horrors of what most likely was it was a parental figure in the
Okay.
past. So, on top of this film being about mental illness, it is massively about trauma.
Mm.
And we are delved into Catherine Deneuve's head, who plays Carol. And I mean, one of the great things about watching it this time and dealing myself with mental illness, and anybody who sees this film, because trigger warning, if you have mental illness and you've not seen this film, this is a
Mm.
hard film to watch. Um, but no, it eventually led to, some films like Images, Miss 45,
Miss
Let's
45.
Scare Jessica to Death. These are all horror films that are more psychological dramas.
Mm.
So, there's so much about this film. I mean, the year before, Polanski at least was nominated for Best Picture for his first full-length picture, Knife in the Water. He and the producer he hooked up with ended up, getting a treatment slash script from this guy named Gerard Brock, and they shopped it around everywhere in England. Earling, all the biggies, you name it. This guy is hot off, like Oscar shit. They cannot sell it. And eventually they get a company called Compton to sell it because Compton made porn films.
Yeah.
Their theaters were porn theaters. They convinced Compton that by doing this, but also keeping the elements of exploitation. If you watch the trailer to this film, it comes off like an exploitation film. They were convinced they might have an A-list film. It
Mm.
was more than an A-list film. It was a career-defining film. So, this film didn't come to be as easily as some, but Polanski also is a very charismatic human being. And he works with a tight group of people that all came from, this film. So you have, you know, on a jazz level, you have Chico Hamilton. Set design, Seamus Flannery, who eventually did set design for The Wicker Man and Sands of Kalahari. Gil Taylor was DP, Doctor Strangelove, Star Wars, The Omen. I just keep going on and on. There's so much talent in this
Mm.
little film, and everybody loved doing it.
Mm.
And yeah, it opened the doors for a lot of films.
Okay.
But yeah, my excitement for it also goes in the fact that I can watch that film, and on a mental health level, I can identify with it. Like this time I watched it, I noticed that so many characters talked down
Mm-hmm.
to Carol, like her sister Helen, which her sister Helen leaving her is what makes her go down this spiral, talks
Hmm.
to her like a child.
Mm-hmm.
And this time it hit me more because I remember people doing that. So yeah, I mean, it's at the time period, it's a frighteningly realistic look at mental illness and trauma. So
Okay.
got to give it a 9.5.
I get that, and I respect that. And I can see how some could feel this is a horror film because horrific things are going on. But I got, you know what I mean. It's yeah. So I get that portion of it. I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't connect with me like that. But I love how it did connect with you, Trevor, and how you can. And you said you watched this movie 25 freaking times, over
Oh, yeah,
25
at
times,
least.
which is amazing, and that aspect of it as well.
Don't ask me on some other movies. This is one you tend to see in film classes too. So,
Oh,
like,
okay.
most of my film classes, I ended up seeing it too. But
I figured that. I know it has a level of that, like for teaching and everything.
Is that how you got introduced to this film, Trevor?
I believe so. I believe it was an intro to film class.
Okay.
Awesome.
Or I had seen a contemporary Polanski film, and my mother and I went down a Polanski hole. Because that's what we do. We watch something and something about it, whether it was the director or somebody who was starring in it, we just go down a rabbit hole of those people.
Oh,
And
wow.
had to watch everything. So
I like
That's
that.
cool.
I like that. I've tried that here and there. Like, actually, shit, we did it. Technically, we did it with, I forgot what movie, Baskin. We did it with Baskin technically because that dude, the little dude that stabbed the person in the eyeball in Baskin, I was like, I got to see more horror movies with him, and we ended up doing them on the wheel. They weren't as good as Baskin, but they weren't as that. Oh my gosh! So yeah, that is.
Baskin was really good.
Well, Baskin
I may bring down the road.
A great contemporary film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I may try that. I may try that again. Just
I wanted to do it with a couple directors, like horror directors.
Yeah.
Well, they do other stuff. I'm talking about mainly horror. I forgot their names. I know one of them is Asian movies. Like I don't know if it's Korean.
Okay. Do you remember the name? Do you
Are you talking about Bong?
Nah, I don't think.
Who did like Parasite?
No, it wasn't Parasite. Who's the director of the revenge movie?
Oh, what is it called? The Devil. Hang on, something Devil.
Oh, I saw The Devil?
Yes, I saw The Devil. Yes. I was going to look at other movies that he did. The director, I forgot his name.
I forget his name too.
And what other? Oh, I just had it. It was another director.
All right, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce it, so I will drop it in the comments.
What?
The first name is Kim Ji-woon.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim Jong-wook.
Yeah, Kim Jong-wook. I was going to check some of his movies out.
Kim Jong-wook is good stuff.
And is there one like Han something?
Well, I'm sure there's somewhere, but the big Bong and Park Wook are the big ones.
Or
this one right here.
Last name Woo?
Kim Jong-woon? Kim Jae-woon? Did he also do The Wailing?
I think so. I seen The Wailing.
Because that's been on a list for a while. I think because of the director.
I seen The Wailing last year, I think. I forgot when it came out. Was it is there more than one?
The Good, the Bad, the Weird, A Tale of Two Sisters, A Bittersweet Life, and I Saw the Devil.
Tale of Two Sisters is very, very good.
That's his top. I think I remember you saying that. I think that's why I wanted to check it out because I wanted to watch that one.
I might have to check out some more of his stuff too.
I should say, which K-horror came very quickly after J-horror, especially with Tartan, and that was a very successful release. Tale of Two Sisters.
Nice.
You had to go through that and check that out.
Sutton Woo? Is there a director of Sutton Woo?
Like John Woo?
John Woo. There you go. I was going to go down a rabbit hole of his.
Oh my God, Woo? Definitely.
Yeah.
This is the perfect time. because you can see all of his core films on the Criterion channel. Or you
Oh
can
wow.
have them physically, as Shout Factory is not shutting down, but they have started releasing Hard Boiled in 4K, the Better Tomorrow trilogy, The Killer, Once a Thief is coming out, and Bullet in the Head. Hero Shed No Tears is available for Film Movement. John Woo is such a legend.
Nice.
And, you know, I love Hard Target. I think Hard Target is a movie that could have been so much more. And actually ended up watching Dario Argento's Trauma, which was Dario Argento's first English language film. And they played with him like crazy. There's just blatantly wrong information in the
Hmm.
script. And that's, Wu kind of got that too, except, you know, Wu and Ringo Lam would not have gotten into the States to make a film if it wasn't for Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Mm.
I don't care what you
Ah.
think of him. He made their careers in the United States because he was making enough money. He got to pick. He signed a 3-picture deal, and one of the stipulations was he picked 3 directors.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Ah.
And Hard Boiled, because you mentioned that
Mm.
movie is so badass. The action is so
Yeah.
awesome. I remember a scene. They were on the dirt bikes. It was in the warehouse or something. They were,
Mhm.
having the gunfight. The dude was on the dirt bike, like jumped off, did some shit in the air, and
Yeah.
still got the
Great.
dude. I was like, yo. This is awesome. This is action to me. This is a dope
Yeah.
action movie, and I prefer the action movies with less guns than this one, just because,
Yep. Hand
and
in
not because
hand.
I'm
Well, it's a
not.
heroic bloodshed
Oh yeah, yeah,
film.
yeah. No,
So
no, I'm not.
guns are
Oh,
we used to
for
call them
this one it was
violence ballets or gun ballets.
for this one
Yeah.
it was done perfect. I just meant like overall for like the American movies where like it's like every action movie is gun, guns, 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 guns. Not that I'm
Well,
against
they're
guns in
ripping
action
off
movies,
that
but it
core
gets
era of Hong Kong. There still are. It's
it just gets boring after a while when you
Mm.
see the same gunfights and all
I
these
love
damn
hand to hand combat.
Oh
Love it.
yeah, the hand-to-hand combat, the swords, and all those type of weapons, and
Yeah.
like Ninja Assassin, the dope weapons from that, the
Mm.
raid movies, the dope weapons from that, and the fighting from that. Like I like that. It's more impressive too. Like yeah, anybody can.
You saw Hard Boiled, and there was
Yes.
also another term that goes around for it was about a decade and a half there of Hong Kong cinema, and that is gung fu. And it's unlike a lot of like the John Wick stuff and things like that. Old John Wick was working in that idea and it just got old. But literally, it's like the same amount of like thought is put into a gunfight in these films as a
Hmm.
Shaw Brothers physical fight.
Yeah.
And the creativity that came from using guns was amazing. I mean,
Ooh.
so yeah, the John Woo stuff is it's the cream of the crop, you know.
Mhm.
Like I like I don't mind guns if there's like hand to hand combat. For example, like you said,
Yeah.
John Wick. John
Mhm.
Wick will take the gun out of the guy's hand, flip him,
Oh
and then
yeah.
shoot
Mhm.
somebody, and then do it to someone else, like disarm them. Like I like when they hit the gun and the clip comes out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
like
I like all that shit. So
hell yeah,
I don't know.
and yeah,
But same thing in horror. I like it in horror too when there's hand to hand combat type shit.
yeah, yeah. Listen, but in horror, I get where you're using a long range or a distance weapon for certain
No, I
things.
get
Because
that
it's just
too.
like, listen, I'm not going up that close to Jason Voorhees.
Didn't
I'm
we
gonna lose
recently
either way.
didn't
But
we recently watch a horror movie where the main character, I don't know if it was a zombie or movie or what, but he knew martial arts and shit. He was doing hand to hand combat on things.
I can't remember. Probably, I can't remember what though. But I'm sure we
I
have.
thought that shit was cool. I was like, yo, this motherfucker's roundhousing like zombies or something.
Oh,
I forgot what
man.
it was. It could be not zombies. It could have been something else, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I liked it, and I like it in horror too.
No, I get that though.
But,
Have you ever seen Legend of the Golden Vampires?
no,
I've never even heard of that.
Okay.
no.
So this is a collaboration between Hong Kong and Hammer Studios. and it stars Peter Cushing and also a totally separate film that was basically smushed together.
Oh shit.
And it is a mix of kung fu vampires meet hammer horror. And it's so bad, but so wonderful.
Oh,
That sounds like
I was about to ask that. I was like, so what are you trying to say? Is it good or is it
Oh,
bad?
it's good in a bad way.
Oh, okay.
But it will, if you like kung fu of any type and
Yeah.
also horror, it does a real nice job of mixing them.
Interesting. Oh, I
Yeah.
might have to check it out. I might have to watch it now.
Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires with
I
Peter
never
Cushing.
heard it, and that's a long title. Seven of the
Mhm.
Legend Golden Vampires. Okay.
And then there's, as far as the mixing of horror and like specifically martial arts, um, finally, they're releasing a collection in the United States of Shaw horror films. And your Shaw horror films, which could be totally bonkers. This one does not have Boxer's Omen in it, but we talked about Boxer's Omen. You have these crazy, like, folk horror, absurdist, gross films, but you're going to have Kung Fu in them because they're Shaw.
Nice.
So those are
Okay.
ones I would recommend to you.
Awesome. Sounds good to
dope,
me.
dope. That sounds like a fun time. That sounds like a fun freaking time to me. That, and then as far as popcorn and pints, we have to throw some John Woo on there, man, because that. Oh my
Oh
god,
yeah.
just hard. And the thing is, I know we watch Hard Boiled, James. I don't know if we reviewed it on popcorn and pints or if we reviewed it on And we only did, yes, people. We do have a podcast that only made it 10 episodes, but it was just one out of the three that we
It
had.
wasn't that. I don't think it was that. Ibrahim?
Only you and Ibrahim.
I don't think so.
Okay, and that one was actually, it was more so like he was like the main host of the show, and he
Yeah.
lived in the West Coast and just got busy, and it was just schedule just kind of. It was a fun show.
Yeah, they
It was
collapsed.
fun. But I gotta look over. I'll look back on YouTube and check it out. But either way, because Hard
I'm gonna
Boiled
check
is
right
a
now.
fun one.
I have,
Cinematic Can. It was called the Cinematic Canon.
ooh,
That's what the show was called. Which we may have to bring that name back for some fun stuff.
that's really cool.
Maybe a wheel called Cinematic Canon and kind of
Yeah,
figure out
Hard
what
Boiled was
Does
badass.
all kind of stuff. So before we leave Repulsion completely, I have a
Yes, sir.
question
Yep.
for you.
Oh,
So Roman Polanski, besides being known for things that are not cool, and I have to make sure I make people understand that I can separate to an extent the
Same.
art versus the artist.
You
But
almost
my
honestly.
question is, with films like Repulsion,
Mhm.
The Tenant, Rosemary's Baby, and The Fearless Vampire Hunters, why is he never mentioned profusely in horror circles? Because Rosemary's Baby is in itself such a groundbreaking horror film.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because of his. I'm saying off the field because I say that with sports stuff. Off the film issues. If that did it, and
Well,
maybe.
I mean, Richard Stanley is kind of in that.
Well, no. What I'm
thing
gonna say,
too.
what I mean though,
Yeah.
too, though, is like, I guess it depends because Rosemary's Baby,
Well, I
that's
know
definitely a horror film.
It's weird because he's a Polish director, but you look at French New Wave, and French New Wave had a lot of horror films that were released on par with A-list art house stuff. And as a country, I think we're finally getting a little bit better. But the concept of an Oscar, like a major Oscar going to a horror film, was non-existent. So, it's the definition of horror changes all the time. And I do think Polanski should be mentioned because he's done a lot of first in horror. I mean, Repulsion is a first. Like, actually, I mean, there's a lot to. I'm going to just read this because I for Polanski, you need a female perspective. It's impossible not to. So this is from Claire Janice's book House of Psychotic Women, which focuses on the neurotic feminine. From today's perspective, Repulsion is a virtual catalog of all the telltale trappings of the neurotic woman horror film. The insular plot, the de-instigated characterizations, stylistic flourishes, such as repeated mirror shots, disembodied hands that grope the protagonist, the actual or optical engagement of sets to create disorientation, low angle shots of a woman swiping manically at her victim. But with this, it's easy to say Repulsion is perhaps the grandmother of this genre. So that's a female perspective on the meaning, but also of Repulsion, because without getting too much into the problematic element of Roman Polanski, I feel that there should always be a female voice when talking about Polanski. So
That's fair. I agree with that. I'm going to spin this wheel really quick.
I couldn't find it, Aaron. I can't even find Cinematic Canon podcasts.
It's on the Popcorn and Pines channel. It's also on the Z Network channel.
I went to the Z Network channel. I can't find it.
if you get a chance, just drop it into one of the conversations because I'd like to check it out.
I will. I'll look for it. Once this episode's over. I'll look for it and find it for us.
I know we definitely did because that movie was badass.
Was that his show, the Cinematic? I can't remember because we had that show briefly.
I think it was under his. I think it was his show.
No, because I hosted it on Restream over here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know.
All right, let's go over here and spin this wheel and see where we're going next week.
I could shock you. I could bore you. There's depends.
I hope we get something wild.
Me too.
Isn't there anything crazy on this?
Oh, there are some crazy ones. Then there's one that's very low key, but it's beautiful.
Okay.
Come on.
Was that Man Bites Dog?
Yeah.
Man Bites Dog?
That's some crazy shit. It's a mock documentary about a camera crew that follows around a very prolific serial killer. So you're looking at a film that is also one of the early found footage films.
Ooh.
So they go around
and it's a comedy,
watch him
too.
kill people?
Yes.
Wow.
No. It's a mockumentary. It's not real.
Oh, okay.
That'd be a snuff film. It's a mockumentary.
Okay.
So it's this film crew that literally befriends a serial killer, and he tells them all of his secrets, and they film him doing these things and explaining his craft, and then they get drunk. And when certain things happen, things cross, and people do things they never thought they'd do on camera.
Oh,
But that way.
Damn. All right, I'm excited for this one, though.
It's a good movie. I believe it's from Belgium, I think.
Yep, it is. I just Googled it because I'm making the thumbnail right now real quick, and I was like, all right, where is this from? And it's from Belgium.
Yeah, and it is a comedy.
Really?
While you watch that, keep it in mind.
Okay.
Because some of the weirder aspects of the film will make more sense when you know this is pushing how far good taste is.
Okay.
This will be interesting.
Yeah, it is.
This is going to be interesting. All right, let me get this off the screen.
Sounds like a lot of things I like. I like found footage.
I love found footage.
I like crazy shit like that. Fucking serial killers, people just follow them around and everything. And then you put comedy in it too. Oh yeah, it's on.
It's right up your alley. It's right up your alley. It's mine too, though, because I like that same stuff.
Good.
And then,
I have White Reindeer on there, which is a really beautiful, amazing folk horror film, but it's all about subtlety. So I was afraid after Repulsion, you needed something a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I'm happy it's this one.
Gotta simulate this madness in my head.
Yeah. I mean, that's the hope. I mean, the end of Repulsion is you don't really know.
No, you don't. I thought she had a personality disorder.
Well, that's also an interpretation that it could be
Yeah,
split personality.
yeah.
But the big thing is that once Helen and Michael leave, she
Meltdown.
she melts down. She fears humans in general.
So
Uh,
that
yeah.
explains why she had the image. I was like, because the first time I seen the scene where that slobby guy was on
Mhm.
her raping her.
Yeah.
I thought that was really happening at the moment. I didn't
No,
know that was in her head.
it's her head
Ah,
repeating the past. And that's why a lot of the interpretations are that she was abused by a family member, a male
so
family member.
so trauma. So
Uh,
all men
so
scare her.
trauma, of course, exasperates any existing mental illness, and trauma can create mental illness. Yeah, and that's, uh, this film also, there's a lot of funny little stories with this film. Um, but one is yet again about Polanski being able to literally rally the troops with his enthusiasm. So this film was okay. So the British censors in 1965 were really hardcore mofos. So Polanski, the censor that he has been given, John Trevelyan, I believe, yes, Trevelyan, pardon me, John Trevelyan, is very impressed by him and everything. And, of course, Polanski is expecting the worst. Trevelyan actually worked with a psychiatrist who every once in a great while he would communicate with pertaining to films. As soon as he saw the film, he sent it to the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist said, "This is the closest to an actual depiction of mental illness I've ever seen."
Wow.
Oh wow.
And that got this movie not really like cut up super bad. Like that allowed John Trevelyan to go, okay, yes, we see that you're doing something important now, even though it's been being released by a porn company.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, that's
Oh,
That's
going
the
back to what you said about being afraid of men. Now that I noticed the
Mhm.
scenes, like that one guy would just keep
Yep.
hounding her. So it's like being forceful. Then you got that
Colin.
landlord.
Colin
The
is a
landlord was
prick.
forceful.
Yeah. I wanted to
So it
hit
makes
Colin.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. It's definitely trauma mixed with afraid of men. I believe that phobia, like you said.
Well,
Was it
I said about
was it
faux horror
androphobia?
was
Anophobia?
androphobia. Yeah.
Androphobia.
That's one of the most common readings of the film, but
Yeah.
there's so much that you can put.
There's a lot. Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot.
yeah, so the guy who played the landlord, which I honestly don't think gets killed, and I think that's in her mind. There's a
Oh,
weird connection to folk horror with him. It was Patrick Winmark. He played very distinct roles in two of the big folk horror films, Witchfinder General and The Blood on Satan's Claw. And then, of course, you have set designer Seamus Flannery, whose most important work besides this was Wicker Man. So, this was a movie that there was a lot of talent working
yeah.
on, and also for virtually nothing. Gil Taylor, the DP, is quoted in a Blue Underground video that he compared Polanski's charisma to Hitchcock, and then said that Repulsion, because Polanski gave him so much freedom, was one of the few films that he hated to go home and hated weekends because he loved working it so much. And that is
Mm,
directly from a videotape Blue Underground video. So this film, it's very sad. Films like this, their creators do horrible things
yeah.
that we don't expect of them and we don't want. And it's very a shame, and
Hmm.
it's horrible. But this is a very important film, as Rosemary's Baby is a very, very important film.
Yep. Yep.
So,
It's true. But I, like you said, I have I could separate to a certain thing.
well, I mean,
Like,
yeah, there's, it's not saying it's okay in any way,
yeah.
but you know, so when you have like, okay, so an example, R. Kelly. So Jim Regatas for 20 years has been writing articles for all kind of music papers and also major papers like the New York Times about what R. Kelly was doing, and there has to be a stop to it, and there that he was holding the music community accountable for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
That yeah, this is 20 years of systematic human trafficking. Yeah. Roman makes a very, very bad choice. It's very irresponsible. Yes, I feel he still should pay for it. But it's an indiscretion that I think can separate me, that I can watch the movies as the films and it doesn't automatically click in my head.
Yep.
Where if I listen to R. Kelly, I'm thinking about not just what R. Kelly did, I'm thinking about how it was so out in the open and nobody did anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so, but
It's
you
that
know,
money.
everybody knows Pablo Picasso was an asshole. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with what was it? Who's that director got arrested a few years ago? Weinstein?
No, not a director. Horrible, gross human being who doesn't deserve hell. He's ugh.
So what was he?
Weinstein. Okay,
He a
so
producer?
Weinstein was the man behind Miramax. He and I believe his brother.
Oh, okay.
Weinstein ended up suddenly like being thrown on the scene because he had several films become cult and art house like sensations. But the thing is, this degenerate, sick mofo is running his company like the worst stereotype of old school Hollywood, like
Yeah.
casting couch stuff
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Weinstein yet again systematically, and the system knew it and didn't do anything about it.
Yep. Exactly.
A truly, genuinely evil human being.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't eat a pudding pop anymore because of Bill Cosby. You know, that's standards.
Oh, I'm still gonna eat a pudding pop.
I still use Jello.
I never really cared for Jello. I used
No,
to love
not
it.
Jello.
Good
The brand.
flavor
No,
of Jello.
Jello's a brand. Jello's a brand. I do the
I'm-
pudding.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
pudding pops, Jello pudding pops, or
Yeah.
yeah.
How does he say it? Would you like a pudding pop or something? Some fuck.
Oh my God, James, don't do that.
Now with
Oh,
more roofies.
yeah, with rubies. Oh shit! There
No.
you go. It's laced. A laced pudding pop.
Let's pudding pops.
And the quote is, "This is not the only thing going in your mouth tonight."
Oh my.
This is just degenerating quicker and quicker.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So,
They still
yeah.
make those. I don't know if they still make those, Chad. Do they make pudding pops?
That's a good question.
I know there's fudgesicles, but pudding pops are its own thing, I believe.
I don't know.
Look it up.
It kind of looked like a chocolate popsicle.
Mm-hmm.
Not pop, like a long, like a kind of okay, kind of like a fucking penis if you say it. But
We're gonna wrap
Wait
this one up,
for it
people.
to go there. I just don't
Before
wanna say
James
it.
says something else
I
crazy.
just say, I couldn't think of the shape. I'm like, what the fuck is that called? A cylinder?
It's kind of like a
It's
rocket.
a popsicle
Yeah,
shape.
like a
James.
rocket. There you go, a rocket,
A rocket. He just went with penis.
a pocket rocket. Oh.
See, but again, we somewhat discussed Repulsion.
Yeah,
And
it's not my
Imagine
thing.
how cold that would be. It's like touching ice with wet hands.
Yeah,
Ouch.
that doesn't sound very pleasant, James.
No.
No. I didn't
And
say it
next
was.
week,
I'm excited for this
Man
one.
Bites
Actually.
Dog.
This is a
Black and
fun
White
movie.
Fright.
and
good time with
it's gotten a lot of love over the years. It is actually one of the lower original Criterion spines. So it is a total complete whack serial killer film, but
Nice.
it also really scratched a lot of ears in the art house community because it was just so over the top. Also, it's an
Okay.
early entry into French Extreme via Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Sounds good. So that's gonna be fun next week.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I can't wait. But thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
Thank you guys for
Thanks.
commenting.
Yeah.
Glad you
Thanks
guys
for
were here as well.
joining us.
But
Yes, thank you for allowing me to babble
of
about another
course,
movie
of
that
course.
has been with me for a long time.
Anytime, anytime. And again, be here next week with us. Be here Saturday with us on Popcorn and Pints. I don't remember the movies we were reviewing, but we'll be here at 9 o'clock Eastern time. With that
The
said,
Fall Guy. Wait.
okay. No,
Yeah.
the
No, not Fall Guy. I mean,
Fall Guy to
no,
Fall Guy,
no,
not the Fall Guy.
no. Yeah, something like that.
You'll see Saturday. I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace.
Peace.